As you can see, the building a surround system saga continues. Since my last video, I did obtain a center channel. I got the matching B&W center channel here. I don't remember what the model was, but it's nice because its drivers, or at least the woofers and the tweeter, match the size of the other speakers. And I know it's kind of a big for this little setup I have, but if I ever move, we probably will move someday, and I'll get a much bigger room to have a surround system, and I didn't feel like having to upgrade all over again once I move. So right now this surround system is way too big for this little man cave of an office I have, but it's nice too because you know, I have it right here at my fingertips. My desk is right here. My 2 channels right here. So what I did, I picked up that center channel, and I did a little rearranging too with my source, with my amplification. That McIntosh integrated amp, that 6500, I moved over here as my prime 2 channel amplifier, where it really belongs, because it's not a surround thing, and it sounds really great, and I love it. I've had it for about 10 years now. I bought it used off of eBay. The guy I bought it from was actually the second owner, and I bought it for like less than half price. And it's been, for the last 10 years, I've had it on pretty much every day, and it has just been problem-free, works like a charm, no questions asked. So I'm really beginning to love McIntosh. So what I did, I decided to go with McIntosh for my amplification on my surround system too. I was thinking about going with Parasound because I already have this Parasound P21, and I was thinking about just getting the P31 or whatever it is, the 3-channel sister amp of this P21, and using that as my 5-channel amplification, and then getting the P7 preamp, and then go right from the get a Oppo Blu-ray player and use the surround outs of that to go right into the P7. But I decided against that because I just came to realize that I love McIntosh so much. You know, why accept anything less, so to speak? And what I did was, today I brought home a McIntosh surround processor. This is the MX121. So this will be the start of my electronic part of my surround system. This will be the sound processor, and it's at some point I will pick up the McIntosh 5-channel amp. I forget what model number it is, but it's their, you know, their lowest end, so to speak, basic 5-channel amp, 205 I think it is, or something like that. And I will pair that up with this MX121 surround processor preamp, and this Halo P21, which I really like, and I like this preamp too, but I like McIntosh a lot more. So these will go into the reserve rack, and maybe I'll break them out again someday, but right now they're going to go into the reserve rack. Well, at least this amp, I'll keep it right now paired up with that McIntosh processor to power my 2 channels until I get 2 rear surrounds. I still got to get the rear surrounds and the sub to complete this 5.1 surround system, and that will come at some point. But right now I'm focusing on the amp side. So I bought the Sanus rack. I like these Sanus racks. I think they're kind of stylish. They're very strong, fairly cheap, but very sturdy. And you can also get casters, and I love casters because you can wheel it out and get to your wiring. You can dust back there, clean back there, wheel it back in. It's just much more functional, I think. So what I'm going to do now is unbox this MX121 and see what we got. As you can see, this is very well boxed. This outer box is huge. It's like twice the size of the inner box. And this box right here is where this Odyssey microphone unit was housed. It has a heavy-duty microphone stand and a microphone for your Odyssey software program that calibrates your surround setup. So at some point I'll use that, I guess. But right now I just want to get it out of the box, and that's what was in this top box. So you have your outer box, your Odyssey box, and now the unit itself. So let's open that, see what we got. She is. That's the top lid, protection. Here's your McIntosh owner's manual for your MX121 AV control center. Take a quick look at this. Very nice. What do you got in here? You got a little card. You got all kinds of home electronics 3-year warranty. You got all kinds of stuff in here. A lot of directions, photos, big layout poster for your back panel. More layout posters. Schematic plans. There's your remote functions. Very nice. Put this back in here. So let's take a look at the unit now. I can get this out of here. Okay, first you got the power cord there, and your remote control. Remote control batteries. Some kind of little bracket. Not sure what that's about. Probably, I don't know, maybe for an antenna. Take it out. I believe the weight on this is listed at 30 pounds. It's pretty heavy. There we go. Take out this outer bag. There she is. Very beautiful. Very nice. I think I'm in love. McIntosh units are very nice. Seems like once you go McIntosh, you don't go back, as they say. And I'm finding that to be the case as I really dig the sound of that more and more, that integrated 6500 amp that I have. I mean, this Parasound amp that I used to have connected to that 2-channel system, it's not bad, it's very nice, but there's just something about the highs and the mids in the McIntosh which are very clear and detailed, but not offensive in any way at the same time. It's just, and the soundstage is huge. The bass is good, not overpowering bass like you might think, but very warm and adequately detailed and with adequate definition. But McIntosh has a house sound that some people don't like, other people like me love. To each their own, but I think they just sound wonderful, and they're built like tanks. They last years. They hold their value. I've been looking at prices of that 6500, which I believe around the turn of the 2001, 2002, that 6500 had a retail price of like 3500, and they still, when you see them on eBay, they still go for like 2000, 2500. So they hold their value. I mean, they become like collector's items sometimes. But beyond that, I just love the sound. Whether or not you regard them as an audiophile brand or not, that's up to you, but I think the sound is hard to beat. The detail and the highs and the sound stage and the warmth. But I'm going to put this in my rack now and power it up, and I'll let you take a look at it, see how it looks all set up, all lit up, and that'll be it. Okay, that was a jiffy. Went right in there. Fit just perfectly within my Santa stand. Just enough to give it a little room and keep the dust out of the venting up there. Protect it a little bit. But that's the way she looks all lit up. Right now I have it on CD. It's actually playing a Blu-ray from a Pioneer Blu-ray. I'll eventually replace that with my Oppo. But right now it's serving as my CD player when I want to run through these B&Ws. But that's the way it looks all lit up. Very smooth operation. No big meters, of course, because this is just a preamp processor. But when I do get the McIntosh 5-channel, that will go right there. Hopefully that would fit in there. But that's the way it looks right now. And this also has a phono input in it. So it has a phonograph amplification built in. So I can run this project turntable right off of that. I have it hooked up. And if the phono device in there, phono preamp in there, is anything like the phono preamp in that integrated, it's very good indeed. And I wouldn't even need a separate preamp unless I just felt like getting fancy, because based upon my experience with the phono preamp in that integrator, like I said, that is an outstanding sounding phono preamp, better than my little Vincent model that I showed in a previous video. It sounds great. So we'll see how this one sounds. I'll be testing it out in the coming days. But that's it for now. I'm just gonna play around with this thing a little bit and enjoy the sound.